Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here tonight.
Start spreading the news.
This is Brian Welch on record.
I'm leaving today.
And this is episode 31.
I want to be
Now you might be asking yourself, what's got me in such a New York state of mind tonight? Well, I'll tell you. It has to do with the guest that I want to bring on in just a moment here. This is a gentleman. I'm thrilled to have him here in the studio with me. I met this guy actually on my last trip to New York City. It was just outside Yankee Stadium, and they had just played and beaten, if I recall, the Red Sox, which is a huge deal. People in New York love the Yankees, hate the Red Sox. It's a huge rivalry. What makes my friend here, my esteemed guest, my beautiful co-host, if I might say so, what makes him so unique is that he is a Red Sox fan, born and raised in Brooklyn. I don't know what else to say to that. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the diehard Red Sox fan from Brooklyn, Jimmy Malone.
Hey, how you doing? Listen, hey, I just want to tell you, Brian, it is, I mean this, from the bottom of my heart, that it is an honor, for me to be here tonight. I gotta tell you, because we're pals, we're buddies, we go back. I am a big fan of your show.
Well, Jimmy, that's awfully kind of you to say, man. I mean, I feel like I'm really getting started here, and I've got maybe a dozen listeners if one of them has 2 YouTube accounts.
I don't know, let me tell you, in my opinion, and I get around on the blogs, you, if I may, my friend, are the David Ortiz of small-time, overly cerebral bloggers.
Wow, the David Ortiz, not the Robinson Cano, not the Alex Rodriguez.
Oh, A-Rod, you coming here talking to me about A-Rod? Come on, that guy's a joke.
Okay. So I'm David Ortiz.
Hey, Big Poppy. That's you. You like the small Poppy.
Jimmy, I don't know what to say. It's ridiculous. You are born and raised in Brooklyn. That's correct. You were from New York originally. You didn't move from Boston or for like Massachusetts, like Charlestown or anything, right?
No, Brooklyn. Born and raised. No sleep till Brooklyn. Hey, I gotta tell you, and it's a beautiful town. Nobody knows it. It gets a bad rap sometimes, but let me tell you, Brooklyn, it's a great town. I'm part of, it's New York City. It's the greatest city in the world.
What? Why don't you like the Yankees? I mean, like Derek Jeter, the guy's like the class of the league. How do you not like it?
Jeter, let me tell you something about Jeter. Okay? The guy's a joke. He's got, I don't even care how many hits. The guy, I mean, he's a shortstop. What's the big deal? Jeter is overhyped. That's all I got to say about that.
Okay. All right. Jimmy, it's tremendous to have you on here, and I admit it's a little out of character to talk sports. I've done it a little bit on the show, but as you know, this is mostly about sort of, what happens to me. And sometimes I embellish the stories. I'll give you that. And it's really, like what then I think about after these things happen. And, and it's,
hey, listen, Brian, I told you, I listen to the show. I'm a huge fan, and I mean that. But I don't understand. It seems to me like with you, I mean, you're not hideous to look at.
Well, thanks, Jimmy. I appreciate that.
Hey, no problem. Just here between friends, you and me. You're not, you're alright. You could stand to, hit the weights a little more, you know what I'm saying, little guy? But I don't know, you're funny. Chicks dig that. Chicks love the funny, They can't get enough of the funny. And you should be snagging in the broads like, my man Rob Gronkowski in the end zone.
Jimmy, I'm really hoping that you mean like he snags touchdowns, not the female company that has been documented that he keeps. Those are somewhat less than reputable, and I don't know if that would stand here in the offices of Brian Welch on record.
Hey, you know what they say, man? I mean, you can't judge a book by its chosen profession.
Who says that, Jimmy?
I don't know. I mean, I heard it. I read it in a book somewhere. A book that I did not judge by its profession, I may add, because I eventually decided to read it. At least several of the pages therein.
Well, that's great, Jimmy. But yeah, I don't know. Well, let's listen. This is the theme of the show. As you know, I tell stories and I give you my impression on them. So let's do that. I've got a story that I have not told on here, and I think this will be a decent one.
Hey man, I'm all ears. This is what I came to hear. I love your stories.
Hey Jimmy, I'm so glad. You're a great fan. If we get T-shirts, you're gonna get one for free. I promise you. So let's see. This was back a year or two ago, maybe. And one of my good friends was celebrating his 21st birthday, and we went to a place called Bar Louie. And they've got this great thing, and it sounds great at first, Jimmy. You're gonna be stunned. You're gonna want to go until I reveal the secrets here. They do this thing that's like dollar burgers. All you get for the dollar is the patty and the bun, and then they charge anywhere from $0.25 up to $1 per topping. Quarter is something basic like tomato. For $1, you're getting the fancy ones. You're getting the fancy ones like sautéed mushrooms. You know what I'm saying? And so pretty soon, by the time you get the burger with everything on it, you get the basket of fries, you get a beer, because I mean it is a bar. It's Bar Louie. You're back up at the same thing you would have paid at Applebee's for the burger, and it's about the same quality burger. Anyway, we're there for my friend's 21st birthday, and there was a group of us outside sitting on their patio area. Probably about 10 or 12 of us. Several couples, but I was sitting by myself. Not like literally by myself at the same table, and I was approached by a gentleman, and again I use the term in the broadest sense, from this other group of people. There's probably like 8 people sitting at another table, just across the way from us. He came over and came directly up behind me and leaned over. And he was like, "Listen, man, I don't know if this means anything to you, if you want to take any action on this or anything, but that girl over there," and he points to one of the girls. He's like, "The girl in the white, the girl back at his table, she thinks you're really cute. And, so, I mean, it's up to you, man. If you want to come over and talk to her, hey, I mean, I think she's like," I don't remember exactly what he said, but he was like, "If you want to talk to her, she's over here." And I was like, yeah, yeah, right. I immediately thought, no, this is like some setup that they're just like, look at that guy with the glasses. And he's hollering and he's being ridiculous, and we're gonna get him on this one, and we're also gonna get our friend here. I mean, they're probably sitting at the table. I imagine him being like, "I'm gonna go tell that guy you think he's cute." She's like, "Oh my gosh, don't! Oh my gosh, Trent! Oh my gosh, don't!" I think Trent would be a great name for something like that. Or my favorite's like frat boy name, Trevor. "Oh my gosh, Trevor, you cannot go over there." And that guy is so obnoxious. And look at those weirdo glasses. You cannot tell him to come over here. He's like, I'm going to do it. So I didn't go. And I mean, even if I had, I would not have left with her. I would have talked with her. But it's like, I think back on it now, I'm like, you know what? Maybe it would have been like a good, practice. I get, just get myself, not afraid to talk to strangers like this and just kind of go for it every now and then. I mean, like I said, I'm probably not going to leave with her. So I regret that. I regret not that, at least going over and talking and seeing, what it was all about. But that's just me. I immediately thought it was a prank. Jimmy, what do you think?
Hey man, I gotta side with you on this one. The decision that you made after the fact, that, you should have gone for it. You know what they say, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. Or maybe in this case, you gotta grab the broad by... Jimmy, we're gonna leave it at that. Okay, thank you very much. Hey, I was gonna say, grab the broad by the hand, and escort her to where you are headed. I mean, look at me. I'm a gentleman. What can I say?
Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Malone, the consummate gentleman. Listen, Jimmy, it's been fabulous to have you on, and I hope to have you on again. Because as you know, there's a football game coming up, and I'd love to get your take on that at some point.
if Tom Brady is on your team, you can't lose. You know, I mean, the guy throws lasers, he throws rockets, he throws bombs, he throws grenades. He's throwing everything it takes, and he's got Gronkowski. He's got that Hernandez kid. I mean, he's got even Deion Branch. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who he's throwing to. He could throw to me, and he would win that game. That's all I gotta say. You don't think that Eli Manning. Don't even get me started on Eli Manning. As far as I'm concerned, the kid's the third best man. You know, Jimmy, I hate to point this out, but as you get worked up, you kind of sound like Christopher Walken. But no, go on. What about Eli Manning? All right, Brian, let me tell you something. Eli Manning, he's the third most talented Manning in that family. You see, you're putting Archie ahead of him. Oh, Cooper's the man. Let me tell you, this kid, I seen him play. If he doesn't hurt his spine, he's walking away with the Bolitnikoff. I mean, we're talking best receiver in college. Let me tell you, if the Pats end up with him, we don't make that trade for Randy Moss. That's all I'm saying. I mean, the kid's got talent. He would have made your eyes pop out if he kept playing. That's quite the ringing endorsement. You know, we're just gonna end on that. Thank you so much for being here, Jimmy. And, you know, like I said, the pleasure was all mine. I would come back anytime. Yeah, and we will have you back, definitely, absolutely. As soon as or next time that you're in the area, we'll bring you back in. We'll get your expanded Super Bowl take. Jimmy, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much. Thank you, folks at home, for tuning in. We'll see you next time.